Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Are you sick of me yet that I'm here consistently? Oh my god. I want to try to do some more exciting videos, but today we're just going to be chatting. I'm just going to be putting on some makeup, a lot of new stuff, so I want to share a lot of that with you. We'll do some first impressions. Some of it I've had in my hands for a little bit, but the thing I am most excited about is I just got the Aether Beauty Joshua Tree palette, and this palette is nutso. I am so excited to put that on my face. So we're gonna do a little skin prep. First up, I'm gonna do a skincare video, by the way, just talking about stuff that I like. I know you guys always love skincare suggestions. But this Hyalur Oil lip treatment from 12 Beauty, oh my god, I love it. So we're gonna put that all over the lips. Eye cream, I've been trying a couple different ones. This one from Agent Nature, I think I shared this as my favorite one of the year, maybe? I don't even remember. I love it. It just distributes a shitload of product. So I just kind of put it like very like wide all over. I'll just go like this. Cool. I mean, oh my god, I didn't even know I did this. I pulled out all Agent Nature products. I'm obsessed with their skincare line. So I'm just going to put some of the holy water in my hands, press this into the skin. And I don't really know what I want to talk about today. Would we all like a relationship update? Probably not. You're like, oh my god, please no, spare us. And I won't, so don't worry. And then I'm also gonna go in with the holy oil, which I am in love with. I used up a full size. I have this little tiny size here, and I will definitely be repurchasing this product, and that says a lot because I have a lot of facial oils to use. But this one just sits under makeup so nicely. I really like it for nighttime as well. So I love how it feels on the skin. It has like a really good weight to it, but it's not greasy. It's not a greasy weight. I don't really know how to explain. It just like feels like it's really hydrating my skin. And I love that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on.
We're getting into it right now.
Oh, oh my god. Okay. I'm perfect that I almost busted my ass because now I feel like I earned this drink. My heart rate rose and I need to just calm down a little bit. So we are having Trader Joe's finest $3 Pinot Grigio. You know how I do, only the classiest. Cheers. And I'm just gonna shut the fuck up after this. Well, not shut the fuck up, but like get started, you know, and keep talking. So foundation, I am trying, this is new to me. I don't know if this is a new line. Not really sure. Carlucci Cachet Cream Foundation. Now, first of all, the packaging is cumbersome, but the product inside, which I've used a handful of times, I actually really, really like. And so the brush that they say to use with this is the, is like the cream brush. So it kind of has, like Sigma did something like this a long time ago where it's kind of has like a point down the middle and it's beveled here on either side so you can kind of get into the nooks and crannies, and I like that. So I'm actually just gonna go right in. What shade do I have here? I have the shade Keen, and this is a good match for me. So I am just going to sweep this on my face. Oh, the brush is kind of being weird today. I don't know why. Okay, that's more like it. I do have my sponge here because, you know, I like to kind of lay down product with this. This is actually really good for blending though. I actually can't believe how much I like it. Usually I would just use like a flat brush, but this is great for blending and applies it in a quick manner because you're getting it all over. And you could see how you could see the different colors on my face. Maybe it's a little light for me, but I'm gonna take care of business. You can see it has a nice coverage as well. It's very buildable, like many cream foundations. And I just dig this guy a lot. So I wanted to use this here on camera. If you're familiar with this brand, let me know what you think. We might be carrying this over at Integrity Botanicals. So I've just been testing it out. Anyway, what do we want to talk about? I mean, you know what, maybe I will talk about relationship stuff just because I read this amazing book that put a lot of things into perspective for me. And the book is called All About Love by Bell Hooks. I may have shared this with you guys. God, it's like, now that I'm making more videos, I'm like, where did I say what? I may have just mentioned it on Instagram. Definitely Instagram. I've posted about it because I'm almost done with it. I was like totally ripping through it and then I just got really busy, and now that I have nothing but time, I am revisiting it. So I'm just going over my face real quick. But we all know my boyfriend cheated on me, so I went and spent all my money at the thrift store. We all know the deal with that. That, upon reflection, I feel like that actually messed me up more than I want to give it credit for. Let's have a drink. I feel like my last relationship kind of like fucked me up more in the head than like I ever wanted to give it credit for, because it's obviously very weird. Like, I was so crazy, but like genuinely, like even when I look back on it, like I still miss him from time to time because I've never had so much fun with somebody. And unfortunately, what put into perspective is I've been hanging out with this guy. Quickly, it's hard to kind of tell both. I'm about to like dive in. So I'm gonna go in with the new Fitglow Peach Corrector. They just came out with this. They came out with the peach shade and the eye bright shade, but I am liking this peach shade because my under eyes are really, really dark. So I'm just gonna apply the product here, and then I'm gonna put the Conceal Plus on top of it, just so you know what I'm using, but everything, as always, will be linked down below. So yeah, anyway, I actually went out on a whim, and I used to go to this coffee shop, and there was this guy I used to see there, and I was like, oh my God, he works here? Like, what? But he wasn't a barista, so it wasn't like I could talk to him, and we all know I don't have the balls to just mosey on over and be like, oh, what you doing? What's your name? I would never do that. So instead I took the creepy route. Anyway, I went on the coffee shop's Instagram page and I saw that he was tagged in a photo, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna reach out to him. And so I wrote him and I was like, hey, think you're cute. If you want to go get a drink with me sometime, that'd be cool. And if you have a girlfriend or you're not interested, just pretend like you never got this message. So I didn't hear back for like an entire day, and I was like, all right, Ashley, nice job embarrassing yourself. That's really on brand for you. But I ended up getting a response back like the next morning, and I saw it and I was like, oh my God. And he agreed to come meet me, and we met the following week, and had a really good couple of dates. And I think I was just kind of caught up in the novelty of like how cool it is that I cold called somebody and it all worked out. But with I don't even care about saying these people's names, but let's just say one day people find out, so let's not use names. So what I started to realize though is like, even though like this person was very nice and like we're having good time, you know, like we're talking for like 5 hours and the time is just going by, and like didn't immediately try to get in my pants or whatever, that's fucking hard to find. And whatever, I hung out with him for a little bit, but it just didn't work out. We were just like very different, and of course that was the dice that you roll, because I cold called him. I knew nothing about him other than I thought he was cute, so that's what happened. But what sucks is like I still feel like I missed the dumbass. And it's only because like he has no emotional intelligence, like totally zero, but we were like buddies. Like we were just like the best of friends, and I think that's why it was so incredibly heart-wrenching to me when it didn't work out, and especially when it didn't work out in that way. Like, oh my God, having someone cheat on you is wild shit. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. If you've never been through it, good for you. It is like, ugh, it's like the nastiest thing. But then I've been reading this book that I've been telling you guys about, so the All About Love book by Bell Hooks. And essentially it's just like an academic approach to like, what is love? It's a feeling that we all universally know, would say we felt. It's a term that we say to people, but would you really be able to define it? Probably not. And I don't think a lot of people can. I think a lot of people just say it's like, you know, it's like, it's just a feeling. But it's being such a common human, you know, connection between us all, you would think that you would be able to articulate it in some way. So this book really delves into that in different, in so many different levels, oh my God. And something that I really thought was poignant was there's a chapter that's all about greed and love, and how even like just capitalistic ideals as far as like more, you know, like I have to be on top, provide for me and mine only, like screw everyone else at whatever cost, and how that creates this insatiable desire, and how all you want to do is like buy stuff, and that's something like you want to buy stuff because something is lacking. You know what I mean? It's something like it'll give you, it's like a drug. It is an addiction. So I'm just gonna go in with my brow pencil. This is the Alima Pure. And yeah, so it totally is an addiction, and sex is an addiction. And I realized that I was with someone who was so caught up in that they're gonna be miserable for their entire life because they are never going to feel satisfied. You know, and then I started thinking about ways that I might feel like that in myself as well. And I really think I just need to chill out. I've mentioned this on my channel before too. I don't have friends. I do really aspire to have a friend group. I would actually really like that. Once this is all over, I'm sure a lot of us are feeling this way more than ever. I really just kind of want to get involved in community in not any way I can, but in ways that are meaningful to me. I would like to find a scene of people who have like interests and really kind of push myself creatively and do everything like that. But anyway, I'm getting like ahead of myself here. I've just been thinking so much, and this book just challenges so many different things that you think, and it's both very scary and very comforting. Like reading that brought me so much comfort, because when you're cheated on especially, you can't help but think it's all your fault, you know? And then when, for me, I feel like I've had such a bad run dating. You start thinking like, what is fucking wrong with me? Like seriously, you just want to pick yourself apart. And I feel like my self-esteem hit an all-time low, and then I start thinking about how much weight I lost when I was with this person, and how I felt that I was very happy because we got along so much like friends, but I was just being emotionally terrorized. Like, oh my God, I know a lot of us have probably been there. You know, love will make a fool out of all of us. That is for damn sure. But we'll talk about more of that later. But yeah, that was my latest thing. I just was hanging out with this one guy after all of that. So that's pretty mellow for me, because I was like a serial dater once upon a time. I have many a video on this channel sharing some of the fucked up experiences that I've gone through. But this last one was a positive one. It was just kind of bummed me out that it didn't work out again. So I've just more time to make videos, right? So Weis, they came out with these duos that I'm gonna be using today. I'm gonna be using Vibrant Ray and Luminous Flush. And these are not new products inside, but look how cool the setup of these is. So you get a highlight and a blush, or a bronzer and a blush. So I'm gonna be dipping into these today, and I'm first gonna go in with the Luminous Blush Duo. And this has the Lustrous Bronzer, I believe. It might be the Dazzling. But these are fantastic. I already know I like the Weis cream products, so I was just pumped they came out with these, because they're $56, which is what one of these would cost if you got the full size. And I love this personally because, you know, I'm a product whore, so I have a lot of products, so using stuff up is difficult. So I would rather have less and go through it and rebuy it, rather than buy the full thing and have it go bad on me. Or it's just a really good way, you get to sample the line. So instead of getting, you know, one product for your money, you get two, and then if you love something, you can decide if you want to go with the full size. So I love that about these items, and I think they're so spring summer, because everything in there is more of a warm tone. You know, and then there's bronzers, there's highlighters, they're flush and glow duos, so they're really meant to give you that radiant kind of deal. I'm just excited to get onto the eyes though. So I'm just gonna do that. Nothing too crazy. Since I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the eyes, I like the skin to just breathe and look natural. But we all know I'm still on the dating apps doing all that sort of thing. Dating apps are Can someone please tell me a positive story about a dating app and how you like found the love of your life? And then I'm going in with the Vibrant Ray Duo. This has the Ravishing highlight that I love. And then I'm also going to use the cream blush that is in the Vibrant Ray Duo as well. And then we'll finally jump in to the eyeballs. I like a lot of blush though, so we're going to go with a lot of blush. But anyway, what I was getting at, and I didn't complete my thought, that's classic, not drunk, I swear. What I was getting at is that since I don't have a friend group, I feel like I get really caught up in relationships and I sort of expect a lot of friendship qualities out of it. And I know, like, my logical mind knows, like, one person can't be your best friend, your therapist, your lover, you know, you're someone who always gives a listening ear. Like, not one person possesses all of those qualities, especially not all of the time, you know, even if they might fit that role sometimes. And I'm a very independent person, so I think it's crazy how much of myself I will give up. I'll just totally surrender when I feel like I really like you. And I don't even think I know what real love is. But I definitely feel like I felt it, and I felt varying degrees of affection towards people, absolutely. But I feel like I'm more jaded than I want to believe as well. I feel like I've gotten a little bit of a bitter heart, which is kind of sad. And what kind of scares me is the idea that, like, I want to believe that there's someone out there for everyone, but it's like, there are people who don't find their person, you know, what if I'm that person? You know, I don't know, that is a scary thought to me. Even though I know I should do my own thing, whatever, it still is, I can't help it. So I am excited about this. We're just gonna talk makeup real quick and then we'll sort of move on because, oh my God. This is an all matte palette, which I think is fantastic. It's great to sort of mix into ones that you already have. You know, I'm a big fan of these palettes. I might have to do a little roundup video now that I have this one in my hands. But the cover actually totally inspired what I want to do on my eyes. So we are going to do this like peach to orange to purple gradient on the eyes today, which is a little bit more colorful than I go for anyways. So I'm just going to first take the most pale matte shade, and that's going to be the shade Pine Rock right here. And I am just going to use this fluffy Sedona lace brush and do that all over. And I will probably zoom you in a little bit more so we can sort of, you know, get our first impression of this together. All right, so this color, not terribly pigmented. I do want to build it up on the inner corner, but I just want to take away any of the shine because I did take my foundation across from there. So I think what I want to do first is just do a nice transition shade. And for that transition shade, I am actually going to use this shade down here, and this is the shade Poppy. So I just want this to sort of peek through a little bit. It's this really nice yellowy orangey shade. So with the Aether palettes, there's always quite a bit of kickback, so just make sure that you knock off the excess, but this is common with natural shadows because they don't have synthetic binders. All right, so I'm actually gonna build up that purple, then the orange, and then I will lay on that first color just because I don't wanna blend away anything that I've already put down. So I'm going to go in with this beautiful purple shade in Prickly Pear, which is like totally the shade that is used on the packaging. And I'm going to really lay this on quite thick on the outer corner, but not moving it around a ton because we are going to be doing 3 different shades, but I do want to make sure that like the purple is peeking through. All right, so we are all blended. It blended beautifully. I really, really like how this is turning out so far. So next up, I'm gonna go in with this gorgeous, just tangerine matte shade in Ember Glow. I'm gonna take that shade on just a flat packer brush because this is gonna be like the easiest step. I am just essentially going to pack this. Oh my God, look at the pigment on that shade. Whoo! That's beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. I will wear the shit out of that shade. Love this. I think I want to use a little bit of this underneath the eye too, because it's so beautiful. So first I'm gonna go in with this deep shade here. This is Rosewood. It's just like a purpley reddened brown. And I'm going to like reverse tightline my under lashes. And that's just to give you a little, and it makes your eyes look bigger too, because it'll make this area look very wide. So I've always loved doing this trick. So I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna take that same brush that I just laid on the color with. So it has some orange gel on it. And we're going to buff that out. And I'll just connect it all. You know the shape I like. I just like this with my eye shape. I'll try to do something more adventurous with this palette when I get more familiar with it. It's just first impression. So I'm gonna lay down a little bit more here. All right, and then I'll go in with that same brush that I was initially applying the purple with, and this is the key, guys, with just a lot of back and forth and making it look as seamless as possible. So then for the inner corner, I'm going to take that same shade that I put all over my lid in Pine Rock, and this does have a little bit of a peachy tone to it. It's like a very, very light peach, and I'm just going to pack this in the inner corner like so. Oh my god, the pigment on these is so beautiful. Especially because they're all matte. They're not skipping, they're not chunky. They're really good. Okay, so I wet this angled brush and I'm just gonna go back in with that Rosewood shade, and I am gonna kind of do that little like half liner I always do on my eyes. Really like this palette a lot. Love it. There we go, that's all I need. That's all I need. I think I need a little more blush now that the eyes are on. So I'm gonna put on mascara, and maybe I'll talk while I do mascara because it's the same old thing. I don't have a new mascara to try today, but I do have some new products for the lips. So we're gonna go in with the Fitglow Beauty mascara, which this is the mascara. And also a question for you guys, like how are you feeling like having all this time like inside? I feel like I have a crazy mind. My mind just goes and goes and goes and goes, and I find that that's not really an attractive quality. It makes me very detail oriented, and like I like to do things the right way, and I really like to take all of that in, and I'm very inquisitive and whatever, and I think those can maybe be good qualities, but overthinking the way that I do is just like, I really am sad that I can't go see my therapist, because that in-person experience is like so different than talking over the phone. I feel like very distracted when I talk to her over the phone and stuff like that. And again, it's because the gears are just turning. It's like I can't really feel present there with her. So I haven't really been chatting with her, but I feel like it's just bringing up a lot of stuff in regards to how I feel about myself, and that's been hard. That's been hard. It's like I feel like it's, you know, it feels like there's a lot of quiet because I'm so used to being go, 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 and then I start thinking, am I caught up with like being busy like that because I'm running away from this feeling? Like what is that? Am I alone in feeling that way? I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, when there's just so much quiet, it's like I really start to think like, do I love who I am? I don't know. I really don't. I'm just kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna find the answer, you know, in this isolation period, but it's just been, I haven't cried yet, which is pretty impressive because my period just stopped, but I think I'm on the brink of an emotional breakdown, which I know is not unusual. With that being said, I'm going to go in with the Kjaer Weis Lip Pencil in Saturate. This is a new shade. If you like Jane Iredale Nutmeg, remember when I wouldn't shut up about that? You'll like this color. It is this one's more brown than Jane Iredale Nutmeg. And I really want to revisit Jane Iredale as a brand. They have a lot of products that are very appealing to me. But this is a nice brown shade that allows you to cheat the lip. And I do like to cheat the lip, so I'm gonna just cheat it right there on the outer edge. That's always where I like to cheat it because my lip kind of goes in right there. And then, yeah, it's a good brown shade. I've always liked this. I mean, I'm about to go on for a little bit more of a full-on lip that I've been liking. But that's because I'm going to go in with the new 100% pure fruit pigmented lip gloss. This is in the shade Mauvely. Mauvely. And I've only put this on once, so let's see. Oh, okay, so this is an opaque one. Yeah, that's what I remember about it. And it's like, it is a really pretty mauve. That does look very nice with the brown tone that I use here. It smells freaking delicious. It smells fruity. And it's not sticky at all. So that's good. All right, I dig it. I dig it. I've been liking something a little more sheer. This is like a lot of lipstick for me these days, but I still am definitely liking it. Give the hair a zhuzh. Woo. All right, everyone, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed seeing some new makeup here in action. You enjoyed hearing my thoughts. I feel like I didn't have a ton to say, which is weird because I actually don't worry about being like overly private online. I actually kind of like to share with you all, but thank you for always giving me this very safe space to express myself. I have enjoyed connecting with you guys so much. I feel like engagement's kind of dipped off on the channel. I don't know why that is. I don't know why, if it's because I've been away for so long or so much more content is being created. But I did really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you'd like to see. I'm trying to get 3 videos up a week. It's looking more like 2. It just takes a lot of time to kind of put everything together. But videos like this are very easy for me to film if you'd like to see something like that. I'm definitely going to be bringing more fashion videos on the channel. I know not all of you love them, but I'm hoping to cultivate an audience of people who also really love vintage clothes, so we could talk about the makeup thing, because it all sort of ties into sustainability and doing what's right for the environment and what's good for you and your wallet as far as thrifting is concerned. God, thrifting and margaritas are what I miss the most. What about you guys? But I'm gonna put everything I talked about here in the description box down below so you can check it out. If you want me to sit down with the Joshua Tree palette and just sort of review it at length on its own, let me know. Maybe it'd be a little bit more beneficial if I just sat down and reviewed all the palettes, but then I probably wouldn't swatch them all. I think it would just get a little too crazy. But first impressions on this are pigment, beautiful, blends like a dream, and I am a big, big fan. I mean, the color scheme is just to die for. Happy I got this in my hands. Thank you very much to Aether for sending that over. Foundation. Actually, let me zoom you in really quick before we say goodbye so you can see the foundation. The Weis cheek products I know I love, but in the duo form it's great. And the lip combo is really nice as well. I would be interested to try some more shades of the gloss and just wear it on its own. That's more my style for every day. But let me zoom you in really quick so you can check out my skin. All right, so we are really close. These are the areas always of concern, so I like to look, see what's going on here. I didn't spot conceal my pimple, so that's pretty good. Especially with the blush on top. The blush can really emphasize that. It's not sitting weird. It's not emphasizing my pores at all. It's not settling. This is where I'll typically settle, there in the laugh lines. It is, I think I applied it a little too heavily on my forehead because I am seeing a little bit of creasing there, but I have a tiny forehead and I have to be careful with how much product I apply there, and I also move my forehead a lot, so that always kind of happens, but nothing too crazy where it's really sitting in there and emphasizing it. And I think the longer it sits on the skin and warms up, the more beautiful that it looks. All right, so like I was saying, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I am trying to upload as often as I possibly can. Sound off in the comments down below what you would like me to review next. If you're familiar with any of the products I used here today, let me know as well. I would love to hear your thoughts or some more things that I need to try from every line. Aether just came out with some cheek palettes as well that look great, and they have highlighters, and I think on Sephora they have lip lacquers. I dig this brand. If you want me to delve into that more, let me know. I can make that happen. Check out my RMS video. I just reviewed like every RMS product in the lineup, and my fashion video will either be going up before or after this. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out because I'm filming it tomorrow, so we'll see how much I can get edited. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Let's chat in the comment section down below. I'm lonely, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.